Hello, my darlings. I basically did a football podcast today, and as a mum, I don't put makeup on every day, and I just thought I'm gonna have to do another YouTube because I don't want to waste this face. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about the article that came out today about what's been happening to me and my family. And I thought we could just have a little bit of a therapy session because it's much needed. So I got the text message yesterday that it was going to be coming out early this morning. And it was the perfect storm of emotion because me and my husband went to go see one of our children in a school play, and they had a solo song, and out of the whole year group they really were one of the ones that stood out because their shoulders were back, carried themselves with so much confidence, was so proud to be there and to be a part of it, and sang so loudly and so well. Bearing in mind this particular child does not have singing lessons, and I'm still in shock about it, how good they are at singing. A child of many talents. And it was just the perfect emotion, perfect storm for emotion, because all my children are so happy and confident. And so just thriving, and it just makes me more angry, to be honest. Mr. Famous ordered myself a Starbucks, and Mr. Famous is obsessed with the paper bag, and I'm scared that he's going to dive into it, so I keep moving it around the room so he gets the memo. But yeah, it just made me a little bit angry, I'm gonna be honest, because I just sometimes wish people had a little bit more of an insight into what really my children are like. Because I'm not being biased, they're near perfection. I'm not joking, and trust me, I'm like, how have we done this? But they are. And I've always wanted 4 children. I've always wanted to be a mum, and I'm so fucking proud. I'm sorry, excuse my French. But it's been this stuff has been happening to us since 2022. And honestly, it's like opening a can of worms, because there's just so many sides to this to unravel and to unpick. Because now that we've moved our children to a different school, our lives are completely different, because the teachers are normal, rational behaving human beings who main priority and concern are the children, obviously. And they can see that these kids are happy, thriving, popular, well looked after kids, just very normal, happy kids. And so guess what? Life's perfect. As before, having a head teacher, which it was like hell on earth, I'm not joking. This head teacher was just pulling the kids out of class, disrupting their education, asking them such disgusting questions, and trying and fishing for something that just wasn't there. And I've honestly, when I tell people about it, bearing in mind, one of my husband's best friends is a lawyer. The other best friend is a teacher. My sister's training to be a nurse, a mental health nurse, and my dad's an ex-police officer. So when all these people are like telling us alarm bells ringing, this is not normal behavior, what the actual, it's awful. Because I think when you go through something like that, you kind of forget that sometimes head teachers, people can just not be good teachers, not be good head teachers. And trust me, I'm someone that knows that teachers, I'm very much a pro teacher type person. I think they work really hard. I think they've got to look after all these kids all day long. Not for me. I couldn't do it. You know, I would be hanging out the window, vaping my little heart off. I could not cope with like 30, 25 children and teach them like maths. I can't do maths. I can't do maths. So I've always been a very pro teacher type person. But with this head teacher, it's made me very on edge. And when we moved our kids to a different school, I just told the new head teacher absolutely everything. The history of the old school, what sort of calls we've been getting. Very open, very honest about my job, about my life, about being in the press a lot, about a lot of people knowing who we are around here, all these narratives, all the rest of it. And she just welcomed us with open arms. She just did. Because their main concern is the children. And if the children are all right, and the children being looked after, and they're happy, none of their goddamn fucking business. And that's what it is. And it's also been the same reaction from social services. As long as the kids are all right, couldn't give a damn what your job is. It's got nothing to do with us. Thank you. People are walking around, and they walk among us, acting as if OnlyFans is this illegal thing. It's not. It's very much within the law. It's allowed. So I feel as though today is the first time I can actually breathe, because when I was a kid, around my teens, I used to have the worst anxiety, to the point where I could be in a cinema, and if someone walked in the cinema by themselves, regardless of them being man, woman, child, it would literally in my brain be like, they're gonna like set something off and chaos. Or I'm not joking, that is how bad my anxiety used to be. And it hasn't been that bad for years. And I would say last year, especially in November, where we got 2 calls, any car that went past, I had to check which car, who's this car? Who's this car? And I was like, I'm not going down that road again of having really, 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 really bad mental health. I'm going to talk to the police. I'm going to get this sorted. I'm going to get this ball on the roll. And I'm so glad I have. Because what is happening to us is not okay. It's not normal. And it's harassment. And I finally feel sane talking to people that are rational and sane. And yeah, I've had so many messages, people having similar situations. Also, I did my own sort of like looking into things, and this has happened to a lot of influencers with children. Oh my god, this poor mum on TikTok, she's a foster mum, and the family looks so happy and lovely, and people have been phoning child services on her foster child. And if that child were to be taken away, they would be put back into the fostering system and just passed around by tons of different families again. You guys are sick. I couldn't do this to my worst enemy. But what infuriates me more is you're wasting social services time. You're wasting police time with all these cuts. And there are children out there that really effing need help. You're great. Like, how do you look at yourself in the mirror? I don't understand. And you guys are walking around like karma's not real. Karma's real. Why are you bringing this? Why are you bringing such bad energy onto yourself? But I just wanted to say thanks to all the kind messages, the kind article comments, the kind messages I've been getting on social media. And thank you for being so open and honest with me about your own situations. Yeah. Thing is, as a mum, I've always said to my children, you know, if someone's bullying you, you've got to stand up for yourself. And so this is me showing my children that I'm standing up for them, I'm standing up for myself. And you're just not going to bring me down anymore. So, yeah. 2025 is all about being open, truthful, getting justice, and protecting my babies. So yeah. Cheers to that.